James Wilde.
Thank you, Mr Stringer. I begin by declaring an interest as a Norwich City season ticket holder and a supporter of my local club, Kings Lynn Town FC. This is an important debate, and once the national restrictions end on the 2nd of December, we should let fans back into grounds. Having been one of the 1,000 fans in the crowd for Norwich City's game against Preston North End as one of the pilot matches, I'm confident this can be done safely. Fans were asked to arrive in good time, there were temperature and ID checks. In the ground, food and drink areas were closed, hawkers brought stuff to your seat, fans were socially distanced, we were in the fresh air, and there were staggered exits at the end. There's been no evidence of transmission from pilot matches. Indeed, my honourable friend, the Minister, in a parliamentary answer to me, said that DCMS was confident that any issues could be mitigated. And we need to let fans back in because the current restrictions are having a major impact on clubs' finances and threatening their futures. Kings Lynn FC depends on matchday income to survive, and while I welcome the funding provided to the National League and thank my honourable friend the Minister for his work and efforts in securing that, it doesn't make up for the loss of revenue they're experiencing. And Norwich City's accounts published last week showed it had lost £12 million due to COVID. Yet the Premier League has only made a derisory offer of £20 million for Leagues 1 and 2, with a further £30 million of loans and no support for Championship teams. I share the Government's view and other honourable members who've spoken here that the Premier League needs to take a long-term view of the importance of the pyramid and support Championship and League One clubs. And leaving it to the Premier League to sort it out clearly isn't working, and if there isn't movement, then the Government needs to step in and tell them what's expected. And it's the impact on the fans, the 12th player, that's my major concern. Football's not just a game, it's much more than that. Clubs, as we've heard, are at the heart of our communities. They give people a sense of belonging, of being part of a family of fans. Going to matches is a huge part of their lives, and not being allowed in hurts their mental health. This weekend, Kings Lynn beat Port Vale in the first round of the FA Cup. A great result, but no fans were there, and watching on a streaming service is no substitute. The Sports Ground Safety Authority have given Kings Lynn approval to have 1,400 fans in their ground. Norwich have been allowed to have 8,000 fans, rather than the usual 26,000 you'd see at Fortress Carrow Road. They'll make it work. So to conclude, Mr Stringer, Norwich's joint majority shareholder, Delia Smith, has written an open letter to my right honourable friend, the Prime Minister, that asks, before the final whistle is blown, can we have our football back? So I say to the Minister, come on, let's be having you. Let fans in.